Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. The Express sourced a friend who is no longer in contact with Harry, but has maintained a friendship with Prince William, as saying, I mean, it used to be a joke. Oh, they are going to be the new Kardashians. The idea that it could actually happen is insane. I'm gobsmacked. They have frittered away their reputations in pursuit of money, and this is the result. I actually think they ultimately probably will do it or something very like it. They have done everything else, and they are going to need the money. A royal expert speculates that if Meghan does write a memoir, Kate could be the target. Phil Dampier told Marie Claire, everyone will be fascinated to hear Meghan's take on her relationship with Kate, whether she was hostile or welcomed her from the start. She probably thought she would have received equal treatment and didn't appreciate that she and Harry were seen as secondary to William and Kate. She would give her side of what really happened between her and Kate in the run-up to the wedding, when each allegedly made the other cry. Everyone will be fascinated to hear Meghan's take on her relationship with Kate, whether she was hostile or welcomed her from the start. This comes alongside reports that Charles has warned Harry and Meghan about low blows. Royal expert Dr. Ed Owens told GB News that Charles has the moral high ground, adding, all they can do is carry on in a dignified manner as possible. If the royal family wants to come to the light with any new story, this might prove that Harry and Meghan's complaints about the royal family were true. Royal commentator Angela Levin spoke with GB News about Harry's house hunting. She claimed, Meghan doesn't want to come back to the UK ever because it's too small and not interesting, she thinks, globally. Harry, I think, wants to come back because he can do it without asking his father. He can buy a house and he can actually then try and get protection 24/7 because he'll be around even though he's not actually working as a royal at the expense of the taxpayer. People are saying Prince Harry now wants to be friendly with the family and think about where the children are going. I think it's nonsense. I think in the way they wanted to move to another part of Los Angeles last month because they could be with the trendy singers and all that. No, that didn't come off. And now we've got this thing. PR expert Kieran Ellsby told The Mirror, while they voiced their desire for privacy and independence, their actions, such as this potential property purchase, might be interpreted as a deliberate move to maintain a disconnect from the royal family. It's essential for them to find a balance between personal freedom and maintaining some level of connection with the institution that has been a significant part of their lives, he told us. Whether this signifies another layer of the royal feud or not, it's clear that the divide continues to widen. Richard Eden in the Daily Mail wonders why Kate and William don't hobnob with other European royals. He writes, there was a time when the British royals thought it was wise to keep their distance from their vast extended family of European cousins. With Victoria's eldest grandchild, the Kaiser, declaring war on Great Britain and revolution ripping through the early 20th century, the unfortunately named Saxe-Coburg-Gothas had something of a point. Personally, I hope that changes. It would be lovely if the Prince and Princess of Wales forged closer ties with their counterparts on the continent. They have a shared interest in demonstrating that monarchy can be a force for good. Eden reminds us the separation goes back to World War I. Since then, the newly named Windsors have largely kept themselves apart from the royal families of Europe. They invite them to the big state occasions, such as weddings and funerals, but it tends to be Prince Edward, for example, who would be sent to a foreign celebration, rather than King Charles or Prince William. We saw a fascinating example of that when European royals gathered en masse for the 18th birthday party for Prince Christian, the future King of Denmark, but the Windsors were conspicuous by their absence. And Prince George, aged 10, would have looked cute, posing next to 11-year-old Princess Estelle of Sweden. More Palace Intrigue in just a moment. Princess Eugenie was on Kate Thornton's White Wine Question Time podcast and discussed some unflattering photos that have shown up on the internet. I want people to know me because I think there has been so much misinformation. Or if you see a picture of a terrifyingly ugly photo of us coming out of a bar, the action shots that some people get, it's not the nicest photos. I have people come up to me sometimes and say, oh, you're much better looking in real life. Is that a compliment? I don't know. I do my own Instagram and I find it the most stressful thing in the world. I get so nervous before I post. I have to text about 5 people asking them if it's okay or if it's got a spelling mistake. Am I going to get trolled? I want to be respectful to the family I come from, and the fact that I have a job as well as do my charity work, so I have to find a really good balance. I also don't want to overpost my children, my family life, or anything like that. I am constantly finding a balance. It is really thought out in terms of, should I do this? Should I not? I do get nervous, but I want people to see the real me and to know that I have a sense of humor and I take the mick out of stupid outfits we used to wear. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on your app of choice. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It will really help us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.